Yeah, so it wasn't too long ago, me and Javier, my brother, we were sitting outside in the front yard and it was already dark. It was probably around 9 o'clock already. And me and my brother, we tend to have a lot of, I guess you can call like insightful conversations, just about ideas, like deep questions, anything you can think of, we conversate about. And this time he brought up a question. He asked me if you think that everybody has that feeling inside them that they're destined to do or be something special. I definitely think about that sometimes, and that's a great question. I mean, I do. And I find it hard to believe that there are people out there that haven't had this feeling at least at some point in their lives, you know? Regardless if you're one of the more ambitious individuals or someone who's mostly content with where they're at, I think deep down we all still envision, you know, at least a slightly better version of ourselves. And if we do all feel that we're meant to be special and do great things, I feel like the majority of people are afraid to admit that. And why is that? Why are we so hesitant to admit that we see ourselves doing something worthwhile, that we envision ourselves contributing something meaningful to this world, you know? If you think back to when you're a kid, when you're in elementary school or even middle school, you start off having so many of these dreams and aspirations. Whether it's being a professional athlete, the president, a doctor, a movie star, or whatever else it may be, I don't really remember being so shy or embarrassed about the dreams or goals that I had. Obviously, when we're kids, I don't really think that we consider all of the infinite life factors that can really hinder our plans and the goals that we set out for ourselves. And aside from all the unfortunate events and circumstances that happen along the way that can set many people back, I feel like we also in some way become more self-conscious. We slowly start to become more and more aware of the opinions of others, as well as more aware of the various ways that we can potentially fall short. So not only is it the harsh realities of life that can get in our way, it's also ourselves. And it's actually the culmination of both of these things that slowly alters the expectations and visions that we have for ourselves. So the older you get, the more your dreams and aspirations start to change. And I guess that's just another way of saying that they get more practical. And you can also say that they get easier to share and explain to other people. And it's actually hard to not get sad about that sometimes. The fact that we feel the need to suppress the expectations that we have for ourselves just to fit in. I feel like as a society, we tend to only focus on the lifestyles or careers that simply garner the most attention and fame and set those as the metric for success. When we realize that those careers aren't best suited for us, we lower our standards to things that we perceive as more attainable or less risky. And the reality is not everyone can play a professional sport. Not everyone can be president, and not everyone is gonna build the next Facebook or Instagram. But those aren't the only ways to contribute something meaningful to this world. It's important to realize that the reason we're drawn to those lives, I don't think is necessarily because of the work, but because of the story that's behind them. As admirable as those jobs or careers seem, that life may not be for everybody, nor can it be for everybody. I feel that your dreams do have to evolve in some way, particularly when you're growing up, but not because you're not capable of doing great things. But part of growing up is discovering what it is that you can uniquely contribute. So if it is the case that we all truly feel that we're meant to do something special, maybe it's because we are.